Ah, isn't this nice and relaxing? Just spending some downtime in the pool by the lime and coconut bar. In fact, I can actually stand up here. And yeah, here's a look at the pool. How nice is this? Tropical, very tropical. Man, times like this, I feel like I have the best job in the world. What's up guys, welcome back to Chris Wong Vlog. So in today's video, I thought that I would share with you my journey or my career story as to how I got to where I am today, working on a cruise ship. And seeing as I am currently on board a cruise ship, I felt like this video was actually very fitting. So right now, I am currently on my 6th contract working on ships, and I have worked on 4 different Royal Caribbean cruise ships. And seeing as I am actually on board a ship, I can actually show you all of the areas that I have worked in over the course of my career. Now, the first job that I had on board ships was straight out of university after I graduated, and I first started working for the shops on board. Now, for those of you who don't know, on board cruise ships there are duty-free and tax-free shops just like you would see at an airport. Now, on Royal Caribbean ships, all of the shops, or the majority of the shops, will be located in an area that looks like this. So on this ship, this is the Royal Esplanade, but on other ships you may call this area the Royal Promenade. So let's take a look at some of the shops. We're going to start off right here in the middle of the islands. So you may actually find yourself working on these promo islands, selling whatever's on promotion that day. So here on display they've got costume jewelry. Over on this counter they have alcohol. So all of the duty-free and tax-free items that you can buy on the promo islands are also available inside the stores. So here we have logo items. Get your Royal Caribbean ship models and teddy bears. Over on this side you've got your perfumes. So yeah, this was my first job, and I'm going to show you now what some of the stores look like. Here we have the Royal Caribbean logo shop, and this is basically the store where you would get all your Royal Caribbean merch. So this is where you would get Royal Caribbean t-shirts, hoodies, anything with basically a Royal Caribbean logo on it, caps. What else have we got? Water bottles, ship models, hoodies, backpacks, long sleeve jerseys. So yeah, this is actually a very nice store. Regalia Fine Jewelry, which is also home to Effie Jewelry. This is where you would get your fine jewelry. So if you wanted a diamond ring, necklace, bracelet, this is the type of store that you would find yourself working in. And then next door you have Regalia Fine Watches. So this is where you'll get your high-end watches. So I believe on this ship they have brands like what are we looking at? Citizen, Tag Heuer, Hublot. Yeah, lots of very well-named brands. Tizo. Do they have Rolex here? Maybe not. But yeah, here is an example of one of the watch shops. They also have an Invicta store on this ship, which I think is quite cool. So you can see all of the Invicta style watches behind the glass cabinets here. Yes, particularly in America, Invicta watches very popular, and I remember selling a hell of a lot of these watches back in my shoppy days. Here we have the collection. So you can see here you have got all of your popular fashion bags. So we've got Michael Kors handbags over here, and a lot of other brands which I'm not really familiar with. It's been a while since I've had to sell handbags. And in this store as well, they've got, look, costume jewelry, Swarovski and designer sunglasses as well. Very nice store. And the final store that I'm going to show you in this video is Solera Beauty. So this is where you would get all of your duty and tax-free perfumes and fragrances. They also sell men's cologne here as well. So all of your favorite brands. Like I said, this is just like what you would see at an airport. So these are the type of shops that you can expect to find on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. So after completing 3 contracts working in the shops on board ships, I decided that I didn't enjoy working in retail anymore. So this is when I decided to move into a new job, and this is how I fell into working into the art gallery. So now I'm going to make my way up to deck 4, and show you the art gallery on this ship. Welcome to the Park West Art Gallery here on deck 5. Just to make that correction, I was on deck 4, now I'm on deck 5. This is Park West Art Gallery. Now, on board cruise ships, the majority, if not most, art galleries on board cruise ships are run by Park West. It is not a Royal Caribbean art gallery as such. So for those of you who don't know, on board most cruise ships, especially here on Royal Caribbean cruise ships, Park West art galleries allow guests to buy fine works of art to actually purchase through the process of art auctions. And when I learned to do this job, I went through all of the training process and to become an art dealer, and then ultimately learn how to sell art as a dealer on board cruise ships. So I've always been asked, what type of art do they sell on board cruise ships? You can buy one-of-a-kind uniques, you can buy limited edition graphic works, and you can buy hand-embellished unique works. And I used to be one of these guys working in the art gallery, selling art and helping out with the auctions. Oh, I like this section here. You got a Romero Brito dog sculpture here, a David Lebitard hanging on the wall behind it, which is a cat, I believe. Over here you have an Itzhak Tarkai section. See, I still remember, even though I haven't worked in the art gallery as such for such a long time, I still remember a lot of the artists that I used to sell. Sorry, look, we've got a Pino over here, Italian artist. Over here, Slava Ilyaev, if I remember that correctly. So working in the art gallery, I actually only did for the one contract. I didn't really enjoy the job too much. Although the sales experience I got was amazing, I can admit, I actually wasn't very good as an art dealer. So I just did the one contract. So now that I've completed my 4th contract, I was looking for what the next step was. So I started off in the shops, moved to the art gallery, and now I wanted to look for that next thing. Like, what is that next thing? And that is how I came to this job that I currently have now, working in the casino. So now let's make my way to deck 3, to the casino on board this ship, which is where I work now. So welcome to the Casino Royale on board Odyssey of the Seas, and this is my current and new work office, if you will. And I am currently on my 2nd contract now as an assistant casino host, and I have very much enjoyed learning all about the casino business. Here's my desk, for example. So the casinos on board Royal Caribbean cruise ships, which is also known as the Casino Royale, really does resemble a Las Vegas style casino. Look at all the tables we have. Roulette over here, Ultimate Texas Hold'em, Blackjack, more roulette over here. We've got craps table over here, Texas Hold'em table over here, slot machines surrounding the entire casino. And you don't even have to be a big gambler to enjoy the casino experience. Just come down and bet $10 if you want, $20. Just see what the casino experience is like, and yeah, you get to meet lovely people like myself working in here. My job as an assistant casino host revolves around the casino loyalty program Club Royale. It is my job to make sure that all of our existing players in the program are looked after and are rewarded correctly according to their points, as well as to enroll as many new players as possible, and to obviously provide a casino experience that is unlike any other on the 7 seas. So there you guys have it. That is just a quick story of how I got to where I am today, or at least all of the jobs that I've had working on the cruise ship. And I hope that this video may have even inspired some of you aspiring seafarers out there. At this moment in time, in terms of my cruise ship career, I am happier than I have ever been, and I am very much looking forward to what the future has in store for me. So in the meantime, if you have enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you are brand new, and I will see you in my next cruise ship video. I'll see you later. Actually, check out the view of where I am right now. Here's the ship from the side, and then I can see some cruise ships in the distance. And the weather is amazing right now here in the Bahamas.